Yeah, I'll react to that, sure. Hey guys.
The coast to coast, 182 miles across the English countryside.
Where did I get this from? I got the exact title name, so this is definitely the right video. Yeah, sure.
Starting at St. Bees next to the Irish Sea and finishing at Robin Hood's Bay next to the North Sea. The coast to coast walk will be taking me through 3 national parks along the way: the Lake District, the Yorkshire Dales, and the North York Moors. If you're wondering who created this route, it was this guy, Alfred Wainwright, in 1973. And this guy? That's me, Liam. I was in need of a good old-fashioned challenge, similar to the one I experienced the summer before, so the coast to coast sounded perfect. Armed with only the essentials in my pack, the aim was to walk at least 20 miles a day and wild camp wherever I lay in my pack that night. This was about getting back to basics: walking, eating, sleeping and repeating. Not to mention making friends with all the farm animals. I was very much looking forward to this one. As all films would recommend, grab yourself some popcorn and put your feet up. The tradition for coast to coast walkers is to dip their feet into the Irish Sea before setting off. I wanted to keep mine dry, so taking a pebble along was fine by me.
I feel like that's even better. Cool. I like the idea of the video right now. I'm excited. Everything looks beautiful so far, and yeah, I have a rock from Omaha Beach in Normandy, and then I also have one from Dachau concentration camp, and I made sure to kind of dig down in the Dachau one to maybe this was there at the time, and so I think that's even cooler. Just bringing a stone from one place to the other and then like placing it on the beach in the other place. Cool. Look at that grass. Nice.
I just set off then on the English coast to coast. Only 182 miles left. Not too many. There's something about the coast that makes me happy. The ocean, the sea breeze, and the sounds of birds chirping. It just sits well with me. I'm just leaving the coast now and have a look. Blue skies, sun's out, but I'm heading towards the lakes and the hills. And have a look at this cloud. Lots of incline. That looks fun.
Come on.
It was the peak of the English springtime. The flowers and trees were as green as ever. Lambs were playing in the fields, and the insects were out. I was pretty grateful. Just set up for the night. Ended up doing about just over 18 miles, which is pretty good going. I think I set off at about 1 p.m. and right now it's about 7:30. So yeah, the last bit though, this is called Ennerdale Water or something like that. And all there, you see like just it's quite sheer. And it's a lot of boulders and stones, so happy to get that over and done with. But tomorrow I just set off and then we go between that valley there. I mean, what a view this is. What a place just to end the first day.
Gives me, it's just a super warm, great feeling, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. Just like seeing in the distance a bunch of hills and knowing that like you're going there, and then you can get there and look back, and then you look to the next hills and just be like, all right, I'm going over there, and you make yourself over there. You might not see the destination the entire time, but just, I don't know. Okay.
Not too shabby.
Wow.
I woke up that morning feeling well rested, so I set off ready for a great day. I decided not to carry a watch. On adventures like this, time isn't a thing. The sun was my clock.
I'm in frame. Okay, so I want to make sure I was in camera.
I needed to stay well hydrated, so a small stream coming off the hills provided me with fresh, flowing water. It tasted great. That was the first decent climb of the trip, and wow, I'm glad I'm up. I can't believe that. A public bathroom in the middle of absolute nowhere with a Dyson electric hand dryer. Crazy. That cheered me right up. Just the little things, really is. Even after like a day of non-running water, it does cheer you up. It does make you glad and appreciate it all. It wasn't long before grey clouds turned to black clouds, which was followed by rain, a common occurrence in the Lake District. And get your raincoat on, mate. It's gonna pee down.
I love that you're able to do this. I'm not sure how many. He did say, mention the guy who made the path, but I'd imagine it doesn't go all the way. Obviously, he's going off road, but I love the ease of at which he's seems to be going here. Doesn't seem to be coming across too many places where you just can't go.
Wow. I was taken aback by how beautiful the Lake District was. Possibly the last wilderness in England. Just come down that valley. That was probably the most remote part of this walk, over and done with. I was on the hills down for about 4.5 hours on my own. After them German walkers, I think, 4.5 hours later, didn't bump into anybody. So, just coming down it now. There's about a mile away from it, a little village. I might be able to resupply. It's hard going on the knees and the bottom of the feet. coming down. Can't wait for some flat ground. Yes.
Like when you've been walking for a really long time, if you're on a hike or something, and it gets to a moment where you have to just keep going, but you're really tired and you just let like especially like you said downhill. What was that noise? Where like you're not really moving your legs as much as you're just like throwing them in front of you, just to like it's. I feel like I sounded like an idiot there, but I hope you get what I mean.
After a solid meal, I watched the sunset and hit the hay. The weather gods seemed to be on my side. At this rate, I was going to get a tan. I stopped for a quick water refill and headed down the valley.
Curious how he's just like refilling his water like that. I know, I'd imagine it's probably a bit safer. I know that the only worry, right, is for people to do that in the wild is if like you don't know if there's like a dead animal far up the stream that's carrying all that nastiness down that makes you sick. But here, where you don't see a lot of wildlife, right, it's probably better.
I found a cafe by the side of the river, so I grabbed a drink and something to eat. Just missed the turning by like 100 meters. Wasn't paying attention to the map. And I mean, it's like a detour of half a mile. You can't tell, but it's quite high. That wasn't needed. Worth the view, I suppose. Just being in civilization raised my mood, even if it was for 20 minutes.
I just want to run up those things. I'm sure they're much bigger than they look out here, but I don't know. It just makes me want to run.
I'd often take rests at the top of the peaks and take in the views. I made sure to live in the moment. I reached Hawes Water Reservoir, over 4 miles long and providing drinking water for over 2 million people. I can't believe it, these socks, this first pair, they've lasted over 1,000 miles, I think. Isn't that crazy? Right foot is aching really bad. Oh.
I can like feel in my feet when he does that. Like
right foot is aching really bad. Oh.
It's the beginning of hikes I find is always the worst, because like the first or maybe the very end too, but I think once you kind of know, like, all right, this is what it's going to feel like for a while, and you get used to it, it's not as bad. But I always find the beginning to be the worst. I can never do the Appalachian Trail. It's like 2,000 miles long. You go from Georgia to northern Maine, and I've been to the very end point, Mount Katahdin. I a few years ago climbed that, and I don't have enough confidence to do the Appalachian Trail. This, though, seems like fun, and maybe I could actually do it.
Yeah, not too bad. Not a bad view. That's pretty much, we're not out just yet, but
Yes.
the hills in the distance, that's the Lake District. We're still in it, but a couple more miles and we're in the Yorkshire Dales. I headed into Shap and got myself some hot food. Have a look at these. Shap fish and chip shop.
Perfect.
My mouth is watering. Those fish and chips were amazing. So that's hit the spot.
I really did just start to kind of almost drool. I'm hungry.
Here we are then. I'm in a farmer's field. I need to keep down. But
yeah, see, I'm surprised he hasn't come across more of these. He's been so free range walking. I feel like how do I say? I have this image of the UK being small with a lot of people. And so you forget that, okay, that doesn't mean there are vast swaths of lands that are just very open. But I'm just kind of shocked that this is the first time where he's like, all right, I got to kind of lay low.
Field, I need to keep down.
Do you guys have some policy, like you can walk anywhere, but not through?
But yeah,
no.
I found myself a little spot. Ooh,
oh my God.
Oh, it's nice. Just nice to be back in civilization. I'm going to try to take today slow. I've just been going non-stop the past 3 days. Just in a nice town. Back with people again. I feel like a human. So, oh, this sun is nice. I've been blessed with this weather. It was as if I was looking at a postcard of the picturesque English countryside. The Yorkshire Dales was lovely.
Go to hell. Oh, little cutie.
Hopefully you can all hear me then, but right now what I'm stood on is the remains of an old Roman road. And you used to see it on the map, the OS maps, straight ahead, all the way down that way as well. So about just under 2,000 years ago, the Romans used this. Crazy. I was about to come across something even crazier. Robin Hood's grave.
What? I thought... Is he a real person? What was I going to say? Grass? Or...
Cross something. The Romans used this. Crazy. I was about to come across something even crazier.
I forgot
Robin Hood's grave.
I'm so sorry. That was horrible. I remembered at the point where I turned back last time. Just last time. Crap. No, Hadrian's Wall. That's near here, isn't it? Sorry.
I was about to come across something even crazier. Robin Hood's grave. Apparently, right there, or like that little ditch there, I'm not sure if it's the correct one, but on the map, there's like a little marker saying Robin Hood's grave. Robin Hood. So windy.
I like his fleece here. You guys call it, would this be a jumper, right? Like, I wouldn't call this a jacket, even though it is. But I'd say it's a fleece.
It's been like this for miles and miles. Oh.
Is that?
Oh no, don't. Do not charge me, mate.
Eh? Widest English road, by the way.
I booked a hotel so I could charge my power bank. An English breakfast on the English coast to coast was pretty fitting. The weather took a turn for the worst. It wasn't raining, but the wind was howling, especially up on the hills.
What's that?
I passed the infamous 9 standards. Some say they're a boundary marker. Some say they were supposed to look like an advancing army built by the Romans. Either way, nobody knows their origins. Let's go down. Right, are we going this way? The trip wouldn't be complete without having to cross a bog. I found refuge from the wind in a hiker's shack.
It's a lifesaver. So there's a gas with it's about a quarter in of gas, and then some mayonnaise, which I probably wouldn't touch. But yeah,
Good idea.
If it was towards the end of the night, I probably would have stayed in there.
I joined onto the Pennine Way, the oldest national trail in England. This was a great part of the walk. It followed the river and passed through proper English villages.
He's got a drone too.
I'm gonna keep in here tonight. There's literally no places I can find. They're all like, not ideal. So I can stretch out. I'll put my roll mat down, blow it up, and I think it'll be fine. Why not? Oh, that was the most.
I love it. This goes for food too, like for hunger and food, but some places that would just seem so unideal. Is that a word? You know what I mean? Not ideal. Suddenly become like life-saving things when you're in a different scenario, you know? Kind of like with food, and you wouldn't eat it, but in this scenario...
And I think it'll be fine. Why not? Oh, that was the most awkward thing I've ever encountered. I was there, eating my couscous. I just put my jet boil on, my gas on. I was eating it on the toilet with my shoes off, and this lad put 20 pence in. I thought the door was locked, and he just barged it open, and he went, "You alright, mate?" I was like, "You alright?" I was trying to act like I was sorting all my kit out.
Oh, I forgot. I thought he was actually concerned, but I forgot that's a greeting. You alright? I'm fine. How are you? Are you alright?
It's like I was...
I am great. How are you, sir?
Sorting all my kit out. Oh,
Good crap.
Oh, I just feel like cringing so bad.
He's still red from the encounter.
Anyway, I'm gonna have to head to one of the top of this valley and hopefully find a spot somewhere. There's about 20 minutes of daylight left. Finally found a spot, pretty flat, but as you can tell, pretty windy.
I would sleep so easily in that. I love being as cold as possible, one. And then getting under your blankets, right? But also, I don't know if I'm really tired, I can sleep anywhere. But I don't like pure silence when I'm sleeping. I sometimes I put sometimes people around laughing because they'll just hear thunder and rainstorms because I'm sleeping to it in my I get knocked out so easily when I put on a just a thunderstorm playlist. They're like 10 hours long or something, so they go through the night. And yeah, anyways.
After the windiest night's sleep I've ever had, I got some brunch from a local shop.
Steak slice. I love how the houses seem to be made out of like the same stones used for the wall. And there are a lot of walls, rock walls around where I live because there was a lot of farmland here. And so when the farmers are getting their land, they're coming across all of these rocks and stones they have to get rid of. And so they just make a wall, right? And but I love it here because the houses look like extensions of the wall. It just looks like it belongs, you know, in the environment that they're built in. Magical. Magisterial.
What is this? It looks like a sheep in a ghillie suit.
With dreads.
I don't even know what that is.
Looks like one of those
It's not
mock
sheep,
dolls.
is it?
Alright, I gotta stop.
I don't even know what that is. It's not a sheep, is it?
Mm-hmm.
So strange.
He's chilling. Doing cud.
Walking through places like this gave me a newfound appreciation for England. It put a smile on my face.
It does look like he's taking the walk at a beautiful time of the year. Everything's so vibrant. Ataractonium?
Tell you what, these are some of the ugliest sheep I've ever seen in my life. Look at them all.
Hey.
Hello, mate. Hello. That's where the term comes from, being sheepish. All you do is run away from you.
I like half expected that sheep to like have the most thick English accent ever. What am I saying?
Hello. That's where the term comes from, being sheepish. All you do is run away from you.
So I've
Nice
just
flowers.
got myself in Ellerton Park.
£5, it's just a caravan site, but I blagged it. So she said £5 and you can put your tent up next to the bin. So it's just down there, I think. Happy with that. So it's about 7 PM right now and I was just looking for a spot and I seen that sign. So that's where we are, by the way.
I set up camp next to the bin and hopefully
North Langton, North Hallerton, Northalton. I don't like that name. Northalter.
I set up camp next to the bin and hopefully it'll be the last time I'll ever have to do that.
Northalton. That ice.
I don't know if you can see that, but in the distance, there's quite a few hills, and that's where we're heading. That is the North York Moors National Park.
This bit I'm on right now, it's just a lot of people give it a bad rap and say it's the worst part of this walk, the coast to coast, because it's not that wild and you're going through little towns, villages. But for me, I love it. You can get a world of your own. You can see it's nice and flat. Lots of little cafes and restaurants, pubs. You can stop in, get a bite to eat, get a coffee, and I love it.
I feel like I would enjoy those just as much, maybe not just as much, but almost as much, just because I'm not used to anywhere in England. So even seeing a more populated area would still feel like an adventure to me. So, Jesus, I need to do like speaking drills. Peter Piper picked a peck. Sally Celsius.
Oh no, I gotta cross this.
Frogger. Oh my
Coast to
God, and the
coast.
cars are the other way.
we've just done that 132 miles, 18,000 feet in ascent, around 307,000 steps. And then we got 4,000 feet to go, 111,000 steps. What?
So he's
There we go.
He's 3/4 of the way there. About 3/4 of the video.
Sun is trying to come out. All the clouds. It looks like it's bad weather, but it's not. It's actually really, really nice to walk in.
Oh yeah, what is barrow? Like barrow downs? There was a term like that in Lord of the Rings book. I didn't know what it meant. The mound opposite this sign is a Bronze Age burial mound, or round barrow, which dates from around 2000 BC. It is protected in law as a scheduled monument. Please do not disturb the site or add any stones to it. Fair enough. Wow. Wow.
Pain. I've got these toe socks, and every time you take them off, you have to like get all the toes out, and it's just so annoying. Tell you what, these are quite good. These ones. I haven't got any blisters or anything on my front of my toes.
Yeah, his feet look okay.
Ones,
Wow, they actually look way better than I.
can't really see. I haven't got any. 2 days left. No blisters.
His feet look that good after all that walking.
Feet are feeling pretty good.
I don't have a feet fetish. I'm just
It
checking.
finally started to rain in the early hours of the morning. Luckily, it stopped by the time I woke up.
Brass fetish. What'd he say? Ooh.
It finally started to rain in the early hours of the morning. Luckily, it stopped by the time I woke up.
I would sleep like a baby in that. Like the rain against the tent. I can't sleep. Guys, how do you sleep? I had a friend in college. He was a roommate my freshman year. He would sleep like a vampire, like just on his back. Just it is torture for me to like have me like fall asleep like that. I have to be like sprawled out on my stomach or just like on my side, like a pillow. You know? Anyways. I love how unique all the ground looks from place to place.
I've not been feeling it today. Just bored of walking. Bored of all these bloody moors. Look at them. Lifeless. There's nothing about them. And then they just decked it. So I'm about 2.5 miles away from a town or a village called Glasedale, I think it is. I've only got them dehydrated meals left. So I'm really hungry, I haven't got any snacks. And in total to Robin Hood's Bay, I think there's about 19 miles or just over. It's about 4 PM right now, so I'm going to go until about 7ish and then do the remainder tomorrow. So yeah, we're only 19 miles away from the finish, but I am not feeling it. It's freezing cold. Try not to break my legs. But I've just been walking through crappy moors like this try not to get negative, but I can't stand Yorkshire. People love it. I'm sorry if you're from Yorkshire, but this is not for me. It's always cold, windy, grey, and just lifeless. Worst day by far. I've got some good miles done just looking at this same bloody scenery.
Eventually I got off the moors and found a pub. The spicy Korean barbecue pizza did cheer me up a little.
The North York Moors National Park.
Pineapple on the pizza, pretty good. People hate on pineapple on pizza. It's pretty good. All right, give it a try.
Korean barbecue pizza did cheer me up a little.
It's quite good.
The North York Moors National Park. There's like a farm there. There's reindeer. Pretty sure they're reindeer.
I think they're just regular deer. But... Whoa! William Wallace.
That
Why
makes
did
me
I?
happy. First view of the North Sea.
Don't know why. Oh, cool.
There's a ship.
They look like they're about to go into battle.
That makes me happy. First view of the North Sea. There's a ship right there. Oh, it's so close. Alright, maybe I take back what I said about Yorkshire and the moors. This is not too bad.
I love the emotions he's going through. It does seem like it's like vroom, dun 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 vroom. Am I making any sense? Like I'm trying to do the mood in like a graph, and now he's happy again. It kind of makes it even more enjoyable just to see him.
It's quite nice. Maybe like they're
Going through
giving me
the
the
motions.
treat, the Yorkshire gods. Last day, well, last night. So I think I'm just gonna head like over there, try pick a flat spot, set up, get some well-earned sleep, I tell you that, and get up 6 a.m, set out for 7, hopefully arrive by 11 or 12, and I'm done. And but the problem is, not the problem, it doesn't matter. It's like a 6-mile walk back to the nearest train station, which is Whitby. Or maybe there's like a taxi or a bus service, so I don't know. But I'm going to try some Whitby scampi and chips, and I'm going to get a beer. It doesn't even matter what time it is, even if it's the morning. Oh, I can't wait. Yes, this is the fulfilling bit. When you're on top of the moors and it's crap weather, you're like, why have I done this? This kind of makes it worth it. That bloody view alone. And just the North Sea over there.
I'm not saying you should seek out the bad times, but I do think like those are the times you look back and just kind of chuckle to yourself. So, you know, it might suck when you're going through it.
It's actually quite nice and warm.
I'm starting to feel so lazy. I need to do something.
Well then, let me find a spot. So the North Sea is right there, and that is Whitby. That big town, Whitby. We're just heading over this hill, about 12 miles away.
This looks like home over here. Except cooler. This is probably a big thing. 1790 is like the beginning of time to an American, but to you guys, it's like chapter 8 or like 3/4, like 1/4 back, or words are tough. Good acoustics.
Last few miles until I'm at Robin Hood's Bay. Yes. It said though on the weather app, there's like a 40% chance it'll rain in the next couple hours, so it doesn't matter. It honestly doesn't matter. Oh, so tired. Can't wait to have a lion.
This looks like home to me. Like, the birds sound like it too, and like he could tell me he's in Massachusetts. I would believe him. Like, yeah, looks about right.
Oh,
For Rhode Island.
so tired. Can't wait to have a lion. It makes it all worth it, this. It just makes it worth it. You have an appreciation for life. Again. It was worth it.
There it is. Beer time.
Goodbye, little stone from St. Bees.
That's perfect. What a perfect ending. That was just such a great video. 100% subscribing. That was super enjoyable. I love videos like that where I don't really know what I'm getting into exactly. I knew it was a walk, but just that felt like way more than 30 minutes in a good way. Like, I'm not glad it ended. I'm not at all, but it felt like an adventure. He did a really good job filming that along the way and narrating. He seems like a really cool guy, nice guy. Yeah, I loved it. I have nothing else to say. That was awesome. I'd appreciate any comments, guys, especially if you lived around this area or have done this, or just anyone. I would love to see your comments. I really appreciate it. Hope you guys are all doing well, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.